don't know any girls. And when I think of the ones I do, I'd rather work.
This is Poetry of Metal. I'm Lynn. This podcast was delayed a bit by the town of Paradise, California burning down. I'm getting back on track with life, and there's something about starting this podcast on Valentine's Day that seems perfect anyway. Because if you know me, you know I love metal. This Valentine's Day marks 90 years since that Chicago St. Valentine's Day massacre. What is in your past? Live shows, metal shows, music listening parties, jamming with musician friends, collaborating on music, poetry. Poetry is for romance and English majors, and poetry is boring. Nah, if you have listened to music with lyrics, you have had poetry in your life. All along, sneaky poetry creeping in on you. Flooded Tomb out of Texas submitted their lyrics for Grandfather's Axe to Poetry of Metal. Being near the ocean brings this poetry to life. Let's dive into Grandfather's Axe together. Grandfather's Axe. The ship was built of magical bows, hewn by hands withered and tallowed, of oak and ash and cypress and blood. The vessel housed and homed the wayfaring clan. The creatures of flesh that clung to its walls relied on the runes etched into the fibers to hold together the ancient pact among themselves and with the gales. If you break it with your grandfather's axe, can you rebuild it? Is it the same? If you tear apart the sacred runes, do you lose what holds you to your past? Once again into the void, the ship holds true against the violent storms, but the tethers wear thin. Clinging together, we realize the fault. We've betrayed each other. We descend into the watery vault. If you break it with your grandfather's axe, can you rebuild it? Is it the same? If you tear apart the sacred runes, do you lose what holds you to your past? That was Grandfather's Axe by Flooded Tomb, band out of Austin, Texas. They have a Bandcamp and a Facebook page. That song is live up on YouTube if you'd like to hear it. Poetry of Metal has a Facebook page. We're always looking for submissions. You can submit your lyrics there. You can send me a message on Anchor. The Anchor app, you can actually send me a voice message and I can add it to the podcast if you'd like. The clip at the beginning of the podcast is from the movie Horror of Spider Island from 1962. Funny little movie with lots of dancing girls. They're stranded on the island. That tells you the whole premise of the setup. The scary background music is from Thrill Show X. The ocean surf sound effect behind the poem is from iWave. They're both free public use on YouTube. Lynn Loves Metal has a Facebook page, a Twitter, an Instagram. I mostly throw up flyers on those or my nerdy law stuff. So feel free to hit me up. Thanks for listening.